I've come to the realization that the phone is not as effective as it used to be.
It just depends on who the target is.
I've worked with 3 separate companies and have not gotten any substantial results.
From calling?
Calling, plus emailing, plus LinkedIning, and the whole thing. I mean, if it was one person, that would be one thing. But we're talking 6 different people in 3 different organizations. So it's I hate the fact that the easy way out is becoming accepted.
What do you mean?
Well, people have been squawking to me for years, hey, coach, the phone isn't really the way to go anymore. And my obstinate response was, cool, your competitors are going to continue to use the phone. They're going to kick your ass. Well, 3 different projects where I'm working with 6 different people and nobody can identify a prospect. That's hard data, man.
Like they don't know who the contact is to call?
They identify who that is. The one company bought a list. They were used, I understand not buying a list is not a guarantee, but
Cold, or are we talking more?
Cold.
Yeah, cold calling is definitely dying. And it's because it's just been abused so much. It's almost like, all right, cold emailing is dead.
Yeah.
But I don't think calling is dead. I don't think picking up the phone is dead.
Oh, no. I spoke live to a prospect last week, and that was a great, fine, and wonderful thing. They included their phone number in their email to me. Cool. Hey, I read your book and would like to know a little bit more about what you do. So responded with an email, waited, 20 hours, picked up the phone, got a voicemail, waited another 16 hours, picked up the phone, just happened to get the person on the phone. The beginning from scratch. Believe me, I wish it still worked because I'd be doing 60 calls a day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It does work. It works in the sense that calling works. Calling first doesn't necessarily work anymore. It's just where you place it. I'll do a couple emails back and forth with somebody, and then I'll be like, ooh, and they're like, oh shit, I'll get it all done on that call because they know who I am. I think what's happening is we're in a world right now where there's so much bullshit, there's so much spam, there is so much
fake,
so much noise.
Yeah.
That if the call is either unexpected or unknown, it's immediately disregarded. In fact, my spam filter has gotten so aggressive that I have to go in sometimes and be like, oh no, they're cool. So where it's what we've predicted. Like it's that you have to figure out how to cut through the noise of today. That doesn't mean that the phone call still doesn't have value. I just think that it's what we've always talked about is adjusting. It's still a tool. It's just not the first tool. It's like the same thing with like literal tools. Like sometimes it's like, hammer used to be able to do it. Now you need something to get past whatever. And then you pull it. It's time to do that. Like, I don't think the tool has lost its value. I think if the tool has lost its value as an opening, especially generational. Because now there's kids that have never even used their phone.
No, they don't want to talk to everyone in my home. Just text me.
Yeah, but...
Well, I'm not going to text someone I don't know.
So this is interesting. I had this guy, got an intro to him from somebody else, younger guy. He sent me an email, or after the email said, I'm interested in, I sent the first one, I think, and I said, here's my calendar link. Let's get on a call. Let's discuss. He replied, I didn't even read it. He said something about like, tell me about yourself, blah, blah, blah. And I said, great to meet you. Let's just get on a call, discuss. Kind of like didn't want to do the whole, well, you go to my website for one.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you what I got. So nothing ever came of that. The funny thing is I saw him at an event. So at the event, we're like, oh, we need to be talking. Great. Email and follow up from that event. Realized that the other one never happened. I'm like, I've got this opportunity and that opportunity. Let's get a call in the books. Nothing. This kid just wants to talk on email. I'm like, hey, I know times are the essence. Here's a deck for an event I got coming up. I can get you guys said you want exposure to the market, yada, yada, yada. Let's talk. I'm catching a good deal. It's less than.
Right.
He didn't reply. Great. I'm having trouble sending it. Can you copy my CEO on the email? Sure. No problem. Now we're talking. I go to a party on Saturday. This dude's leaving while I'm coming in. I don't even know him by face. He's like, Doug. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm Rob. I'm like, oh, dude. He's like, I'll try to get on Jack, and then I make a couple of jokes. I'm like, okay, dude, we'll talk on Monday. Email's out in ether right now with whatever it is. But I just realized, like, this guy is he's young. He's young, and he doesn't know how to do that. It scares the living shit out of him. Get on a phone call.
And so much more can be accomplished in a 10-minute phone call than in 17 emails back and forth. Because by the time the email shows up again, you got to reconnect. It's like, wait, what was this about? Who is this cat? Let me reread what's already been said between us. As opposed to, like I said, this prospect, who knows what'll happen? You know how I am. I'm very pragmatic, right? The appropriate time to celebrate the sale is after the commission check clears your bank. But we moved the conversation forward because I got some more detail on where this person is, what they're looking for, and what their timeline is. So
All that
that
happened.
would not come through via email.
No, not in an eloquent way, for sure.
As soon as the person picked up the phone, I said, "How's my timing?" And they were like, "You're clinching me."
and that's beautiful. And that still works. So it's empathy, it's a little bit of tech, and it's a lot of curiosity, but they all now communicate in their own way. So we
Yeah.
can't come with them with our out of the box. I call this time, I do this, I do that. The art of what we're doing stays the same. The technology and the approach has to change based on. And here's the thing: I deal with people our age or older or whatever, your age, my age, in that zone where the people are still used to the phone. And I had a lunch with a guy today, probably right around here, just a little older than I am. And the gal that's my age, the three of us are like all like close over 50. And yeah, we're texting and emailing, but we're all phoners, right? They still deal with younger generations. And when that younger generation when they want something from them as an employee or they call them as a coworker, they have to answer that call. So there are still people that love the phone. They're just fewer and far between. And I think we just have to get it a little bit more sensitive to, well, is this a younger person? Is this somebody that just communicates this way? Is this somebody that is afraid of getting a call because they're afraid to get pitched? And there's plenty of those in the industry. I have people I make fun of, like, they're afraid to get on the phone because they're afraid they're going to actually buy something.
That's right. Then what do I do?
It's remarkable, but that's why we talk about technology. And I think it just comes down to soft. I think the initial call, the breakthrough thing.
Let's not call it the breakthrough. Let's call it the hook. Because you have to hook people. You have to capture their imagination, get their attention. I hate the phrase "sell without selling." Well, then no, then you're lying both to yourself and to your prospect, right? I'm not trying to sell anything. Then what the hell are you talking to me for?
It used to be that you would get a buyer, and there's less and less of these that like that chutzpah. There's usually a male-driven kind of like, I like this guy. He picked up the phone, got a hold of me, he challenged me. They're not all in charge anymore, and a lot of them are aging out. And so some people look at a phone call as invasive.
Hey, that's scaring me, man. I'm that age.
But you have to be nimble. You have to work your audience, not your.
Well, I have spent more time. I've spent more time messaging on LinkedIn, making connections on LinkedIn, and emailing people once and twice and thrice just in the past 2 weeks than I did in the first 6 months of this year.
Have you tried video messaging again? I know you were doing it at one point.
Video messaging, you mean just shooting a quick video and sending it on LinkedIn or
With text, you can do audio messages where you could just leave video and audio messages via text. The reason I say that is because to your concern of it not getting enough information or getting it out there, that's a nice trick crossover. Somebody keeps texting you, just record them a message and you say, hey, it's John. This is a little too much just for text, but yes to this, yes to that. You either get them to reply via text, and I've seen it happen, and this is where I learned for dating too. Selling is dating. The dating apps, a lot of them allow for you to send messaging back and forth. I mean, it's like you're sending a pen pal a note, but you can get a lot more across and get your voice across in a text by recording a message and sending it over.
That's true. I need to do that more often.